Hello, welcome back to the section 1. In this section, you will find the basic details of the Node MCU development board. So, Node MCU is also known as ESP8266 development board, and it is affordable hardware for our IoT projects. And we are going to use this development board in our course because it has a huge community support and it has also a huge library support, just like an Arduino. So NodeMCU is an open source Lua based firmware development board for the ESP8266 Wi-Fi chip. And Espressif System, a Shanghai based semiconductor company, has released this adorable bite-sized Wi-Fi enabled microcontroller that is ESP8266 chip. So let's get started with the overview of the ESP8266 and NodeMCU. So NodeMCU is the development board that contains ESP12 chip and 2.4 gigahertz antenna. So when you see the top view of the Node MCU, so this is the ESP12 chip. But remember one thing, that in the market you will find another version of Node MCU, that is ESP8266 generic. So in the generic module, you will find ESP12F chip. But in our course, we are going to use this module, that is ESP12E chip. So this is the 12E chip which contains certain pins, and these pins are further connected to these entire output pins. And this is the 2.4 gigahertz antenna. And let's see the details of the ESP12E module in the PPT. So ESP12E module containing on ESP12 8266 chip having Tensilica Extensa 32-bit LX106 RISC microprocessor. You don't need to remember these details, but just for the introduction part, I am showing you this. But remember one thing, that is the memory part. So there is also 128 kilobyte memory RAM and 4 MB of flash memory. So you need to remember this thing only. 128 kilobyte RAM and 4 MB flash memory, which is enough to cope with large strings that kind of like HTML, JSON files, XML, etc. And the most versatile feature of the NodeMCU is that it can set up a network of its own, and which allows you or the other devices to connect directly to it. But how is this possible? This is possible because of it has integrated 802.11 BGN HT40 Wi-Fi transceiver. You don't need to remember these kind of things, but yeah, for the introduction part, you have to remember this. And as I have told you that it has 2.4 gigahertz antenna. So next slide, containing the power requirements and peripherals and input output. So when we are talking about the power requirements, as you can see in the picture, there are external power supply pin and internal power supply pin. So external power supply allows you to give the power up to the node MCU, and this 3.3 volt power supply pins allows you to power up your sensors which are connected to a node MCU development board. And we have one VIN pin for external power supply and 3.3 volt output pin. But remember one thing, node MCU does not contain 5 volt. So the difference between the Arduino and node MCU in as per the power supply, that is the node MCU does not contain 5 volt power supply pin. Okay, and this is the voltage regulator that converts our 6 volt or 9 volt, you can say, or 16 volt into a 3.3 volt. Okay, and this is the micro USB port connector which allows you to program your node MCU through your PCs or laptop. It has onboard regulator, as I am told you that it has onboard voltage regulator, which is a 3.3 volt 600 milliampere regulator, and the operating current of the node MCU is 80 milliampere, and the current during slim mode is 20 microampere. You need to remember these power requirements details. So let's see in the physically. So this is our Node MCU development board, and this is the voltage regulator that I am talking about, and this is the micro USB port connector, and when you will zoom little bit, you will find here is the VIN pin for external power supply, and here you can see 3.3 volt and ground, and as well as here you also see 3.3 volt and ground. Okay, and here 3.3 volt and ground. So there are three 3.3 volt pins which are enough to power up your sensors or actuator. So let's see the serial communication part. So CP102. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. I just forgot to introduce you the LED part. So it has onboard LED which allows you to program the LED to indicate any kind of programs. For example, if you want to test your development board, so you can use this LED. So it has a blue LED. So let's see where it has. So this is the blue LED that I am talking about. This is the blue LED that I am talking about. Okay. So it has connected to the D0 pin. So through D0 pin you can program this LED. So what is the D0 pin? D0 pin allows you to program your inbuilt LED, as well as you can take as other multiplexing features also. So this is the D0 pin that I am talking about. This is the D0 pin that I am talking about. Okay. So now let's see the serial communication part. So CP2102 is used for the serial communication, which allows you to program your ESP8266 chip through your PCs. So it is a bridge converter, and it is used for allows you our computer to program and communicate with our ESP8266 chip. So as you can see the on the photo, this is our USB to TTL converter CP2102. So let's see in the physical mode. Okay, so this small chip is known as CP2102, which allows user to program our ESP8266 chip through USB port. Okay, so we connect our laptop or PC through USB connector, and we can program this. Okay, so let's see the next slide, that is containing the pin description of Node MCU code. So as I have told you that it has one in pin and three 3.3 volt pins for external and internal power supply as well. So it has I2C pins also. So D1 and D2 pins are available as an I2C and SCL and HDL pin respectively. So D1 and D2 are used to hook up all sorts of I2C sensors. It has also GPIO pins. There are 17 GPIO pins that I have told you. And this is the UART pins. And it has SPI pins, PWM pins, control pins, SPI pins respectively. So I am suggesting you to pause the video for now and note down this table, and as well as this table also for the pin description. Or you can take a snapshot of this picture. It will help you to program your when you are programming the Node MCU. Why it will help you? Because you cannot write the D0, D1 respectively in your program. You have to write the respective GPIO pins in your program to instruct your microcontroller that I am using this pins. Okay, so you have to remember this diagram, or you can take a snapshot of this picture, or you will find there are so many pictures available on the internet. So just download it and start your program. If you don't know, don't worry. I'll show you in our programming section part, software section part, where I will show you the connection between Node MCU and Arduino IDE, how to set up the environment, etc. So for this section, thank you so much for watching this section. And in the next section, you will find the ESP32.